Following Saussure, linguistics was divided into synchronic and diachronic linguistics, the latter being the historical study of language change. Let's talk about the linguistic history of English that can be divided into 4 important periods. The first one, the Old English. The most representative groups of this time are the Celts and the Romans. The influence of Celtic language can be seen mostly in rivers and places names such as London, Pendle, and Thames. Latin was the official language during the Roman invasion in England. The main features to highlight are the nouns employed, inflection, number, case, and gender. The verbal system distinguished present and past tense, dividing them into strong and weak verbs. As regards literature, the most important literary work was the poem Beowulf. Middle English. With the Norman invasion in England, English was strongly influenced by the French language. The loss of inflection made it an analytic language, which implied a fixed word order. Inflectional endings of nouns and adjectives were reduced. There was a loss of many strong verbs due to the adoption of verbs from foreign languages. Vowel system underwent some changes like lengthening and shortening. When mentioned in literature, the most influential author was the poet Geoffrey Chaucer with his Canterbury Tales. Early Modern English. The invention of the printer allowed a wider circulation of written work, contributing to the standardization of English language, fostering norms of spelling and punctuation. The relevant features here were the expansion of vocabulary influenced by languages such as French, Latin, and Greek mainly. The great vowel shift took place where long vowels were either raised or diphthongized. And literature brought one of the most important writers in history, the famous William Shakespeare. Modern English. Even though there is no historical landmark, the beginning of this period is related to the publication of the Dictionary of the English Language in 1755. The lexicon is the combination of Germanic, Latin, Greek, French, and the geographical expansion of England. It is a period of lost inflection with a small number of features that have been preserved, such as the plural s, the possessive s, and the third-person singular present indicative s. It is also relevant to mention that the expansion of English language was possible because of the spread of English in the British Isles and colonization around the world.
In this unit, we explore the branch related to the sounds of language, phonetics and phonology. Phonetics is concerned with the sounds in general produced in human languages, and it's divided in 3 types: articulatory, acoustic, and auditory phonetics, the production, transmission, and perception of sounds respectively. Articulatory phonetics describes sounds according to the use and position of components of the sounds producing system. I mean the lungs, the larynx with the vocal cords and glottis, and the vocal tract including the oral and nasal cavities. Consonant sounds are described according to 3 criteria: the state of the glottis in terms of vibration, the place of articulation, I mean the organs involved in making the sound, and manner of articulation, how the airstream is modified by those articulators. Vowels are always voiced, so they are described according to the position of the tongue, the height or closeness to the palate, the part of the tongue that raises the most, and the position of the lips, rounded or unrounded. Diphthongs are described according to the movement of one sound to the next one in the vowel chart. Phonology studies the sound systems or sound inventory of a particular language, the function and organization of those sounds. As well as that, it studies both the combination of segments into syllables and the variation of longer stretches of speech in terms of stress, rhythm, and intonation. This is particularly relevant from a historical aspect, as stress is not predictable in English due to the many words it has borrowed from all the languages it has shared history with.